Let's go. It's time to do it again. Here we are at the Champions Corner this afternoon, and we are ready to finalize and close out with a boom. Our topic today about turning crisis into a conquest in real estate. Yes, guys, we know that we are living in unprecedented moments. We are living in moments that no one would have imagined. But you know what? There is a remnant. There is a group of us that are at the front line leading the way. We are the voice, we are the message, and we're the leaders. I don't know why, but that keeps resonating within, because I want to encourage everyone that's going to join me this afternoon that if you have something to give, if you have something to share, don't think about yourself. Don't think about your inadequacies. Don't think about your shyness. Don't think about, you know what, I don't like this and I don't like the way I look and it makes me uncomfortable. Think about the people that we need to serve. So guys, this afternoon I want to welcome you to our final Tuesday of April. Could you imagine? It's been 4 weeks since I launched the Champions Corner here, my training from Southwest Florida Real Estate Academy that I thought I was going to be doing inside of a classroom in my own safe zone, my contained classroom, and boom, the pandemic struck and we needed to shift, we needed to pivot, we needed to be present and move forward. So I'm very excited this afternoon. Thank you for joining me, whether you watch now or you watch later. Write your questions, write your comments. Let us know what you think. Let me know what you want to learn about. After being in real estate for 20 years, starting out as a broke, busted, disgusted, young little kid realtor that had no clue, out of the medical field. What does the medical field have anything to do with real estate? Nothing. But after scaling and starting a team and running a company and becoming the CEO of one of the largest and longest running Century 21 offices in the area, I can tell you that I know a couple of things. I don't know everything, but I know a couple of things. And my passion is to help realtors just like you, whether you're 5 minutes in the real estate industry or you've been 50 months in the real estate industry, to help you, to give you a tip, to give you a tactic, to give you an idea, an innovation, a strategy, a concept, an insight that will help you. So this afternoon we're going to conclude part two of our mini series today, turning crisis into a conquest in real estate. So what does that really mean? Guys, I have to tell you something. I have to tell you something that I was sharing with my team a little bit ago, and it was like, wow, do we really know what's yet to come? Do we really know what's ahead of us in May? Do any of us really have any control as to what is going to happen by next week in our economy, in our nation, in our marketplace, in our industry? Do we really know? I don't think we know. So right now, we are just all putting forth our best foot, our best effort. I was speaking this afternoon on many phone calls that I did since this morning, and you guys saw me at another live talking about the rent-to-own program and different projects and different initiatives that I am launching to not only serve the customers, but also I just feel it in my heart to open up opportunities for my real estate friends, my real estate agent friends, that I can team up with. You know, we all have a way that we can make a difference. So I encourage you to find your way to make a difference. But here's what I wanted to tell you. I made a phone call. Ended up connecting with an agent out of Naples that we have met in passing. And come to find out, this agent has been in real estate since 1986. And this agent said to me, I have seen cycles. I saw the cycle of the late 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, 2008. And this agent said to me, and I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever is to come. I am putting my best foot forward. I am pushing hard. And it left me thinking, wow, do we really know what is yet to come? Then I had a conversation with a title company representative. And we were just working on some strategies, some ideas, some things that we can put together for the month of May. And this person says to me, we've been doing trainings on short sales and foreclosures. The moment that she said those words, short sales and foreclosures, it was like I got a bucket, an ice bucket thrown over me. I remembered the 2008 market crash, and I said, wow, don't tell me. Don't tell me we are going to be dealing with short sales and foreclosures again. Not just because of all the work, but the lives, the families, the disruption and the crash of, so many dreams that had been put together during the best years. I mean, I remember last year when I was doing my coaching and my trainings, and we would all talk about, oh my God, the streets are paved with diamonds, and we're all diamond hunting, and we're living the best years in the last 10 years. Don't tell me we are now going to start seeing trainings on short sales and foreclosures. So I'm saying that to say this to you. You that are listening to me right now, are you prepared? Are you ready for this? Are you determined to come out on the other side of this a winner? And that's how I'm going to conclude this afternoon's session. So I'm talking about turning crisis into a conquest in real estate. And just to recap, this morning we talked about number one. How do you do that? You realize that fear, number one, if you're taking notes, write this down. You realize that fear is your worst financial advisor. Fear is your worst financial advisor. You got to get rid of fear. And the only way to get rid of fear is to pour more faith into your mind, your heart, your soul, your spirit. You have to start devouring. You have to become like a hungry, starving lion and start devouring the education, the knowledge, the skill sets, and the contacts that you're going to need to make it through this. And you know what? At the end of the day, if you overlearn, if you over-accomplish, if you overdevelop, if you make more connections than you needed to, what's the problem? What's the big deal? So education and knowledge is not the same thing. Education is information. Knowledge is know-how. And then you have to implement it, which is the how-to, skill sets and connections. Then we talked about, which are the streams that are best during a recession? What are the streams that open up that you can take advantage of? And I told you about 3 of them. And then we're going to lead into number 4, which I love because it's what helped me survive the market crash. Imagine this for a moment. You're living your best years in real estate. You are making thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars per month. Double-digit numbers every month, month after month. You are on top of the world. I mean, you show up in the morning and you are like, Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, even if it's cloudy and raining, because everything is just going your way. You are walking on cloud 9. You have more money than you know what to do with. You think that you have made it, and suddenly the bottom falls out from under you. You start hearing on the news that the stock market crashed. You start seeing people crying as they watch the numbers go down, in the New York stock market. You see people just holding their hands in their head in their hands, and they don't know what to do. And you're like oblivious to the whole thing. You're like a little 6-year-old, like, what just happened? That was me. I didn't believe my mentor when he told me, get ready, Lucy, the market is going to shift. That was my first market crash. I'd never been through it. How do you know what you don't know? And what I'm going to share with you now is what helped me survive. It's not only what helped me survive, I was able to keep my full staff, pay my overhead at the company that I was running. Okay? I was able to make it. I was able to sustain, and I was able to scale after that. And that's why I believe in this stream of income producing, system that I'm going to talk to you about. This stream of income producing system that I'm going to talk to you about helped me survive the worst market crash in history. So I love it. I remember that I learned it unwillingly. I remember that I was forced to go get certified in this, and I hated every moment. I was like so upset. But you know what? It is those things in life that we are forced to do sometimes that make the biggest difference. So, are you ready for that last stream of financial income that you could utilize to survive a recession? And I'm telling you from experience, because it is what helped me survive the 2008 awful market crash. Ready? Okay, it's called property management. Property management is one of the 8 services of real estate. You know, property management, I knew nothing about. I remember one time I asked my broker back then, I said, how come you have a property management company and we don't? Because it was 2 separate companies. He says, don't worry about it, you're not ready for it. Well, guess what? When the market crashed, he says, you need to do this and you need to do it now. And property management is an art. Property management is the art of taking the headaches away from property owners, taking on all the problems, becoming the best problem solver, the best problem shooter, being the deliverer, the voice and the messenger of only good news while you handle all the problems, and boom, delivering a paycheck to that owner month after month, year after year. I can tell you that to this day, I still have owners that hired me back in 2008. And you haven't heard me speak a lot about property management because for different reasons, I kind of kept it on the DL. You know what the DL means? The down low. But property management is an art. And I remember when we got into property management, not only did it help us survive the market crash, it sustained our whole office. I mean, a whole operation of, you know, front desk person, bookkeeper, administrator, assistant, you know, covering all the fixed expenses, the rent, the light, the internet, the copiers, the paper, the coffee, the cups, the creamer, the stirrers, the toilet paper. I mean, everything. So I love property management. And property management is something that you can learn, just like I learned it. But you know what? Most companies will not allow you to do both sales and property management, and they're right. They're absolutely right. And now that I've done property management for 12 years, I can tell you there are reasons that you should not do both. But if you decided to shift over into property management, oh my goodness, it is a wonderful, wonderful business. It is wonderful because here are 2 very powerful words that I was taught during the market crash that I will never forget. And it is called, my broker then and my mentor said to me, Lucy, don't ever forget these 2 words. These 2 words will save you from every economic crisis you will ever face, not only in your life, but in your professional life, but in the industry and all the different ups and downs and cycles. And the 2 words were cash flow. You know what cash flow is? It's a beautiful concept. It means that every month you work really hard and you obtain a property, and once you do all your due diligence, please make sure you have all the right systems in place. I know there are people that are out there doing property management unsupervised, without the right infrastructure, without the right bank accounts, without the right supervision. That's not how you want to do it. You want to connect with someone that can not only train you, coach you, teach you, direct you, and guide you in how to do it properly, but that has the experience to keep you safe, because you can get in a lot of trouble. But the word cash flow means that you are going to do your work one time. You're going to do it well. And month after month, on the first week of the month, you're going to hear that cash register going, what? Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Why? Because everybody has to pay their rent. Even right now, I mean, yes, there are people that are giving their rent, waiving the rent, but that's not going to be forever. So property management is an art. It is very entailed. It is very detailed. But when you learn it and you become good at it, it is a phenomenal opportunity. Now, when you're doing property management, can you do sales? Well, it's up to your broker. You have to go talk to your broker. You know, you have to ask your broker, can I do property management? I can't answer that for you, but all I can tell you is that Property management is one of the best streams that will help you survive any recession. Now, in my property management company, yes, I allow my property managers to do both, but most real estate brokerages won't. So if you have any other questions on that, reach out to me. But one of the things that I want to start doing in the month of May is doing some classes on property management. So if you're interested, I'm going to put together a group on Zoom just to focus on property management, give you some insights, give you some concepts, show you a little bit of behind the scenes on how it could work. But I can tell you this, with just 50 properties, listen to this, just 50 properties. Number one, you get paid faster. Number two, properties rent faster. Number three, you get your cash flow, which means every month you're getting paid for the work you did months before. And number four, getting the owners that will allow you to take over their headaches is so much easier. So it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful art, and it is one of the services of real estate. But like I said, if you have any more questions, I'm not going to get into teaching about property management, but I just wanted to mention. So number one, we talked about first-time home buyers, right? One of the streams of generating additional streams of income during a recession is first-time home buyers. We talked about creative financing. We talked about investor sales. And number four, the one that I love the best, and it saved my life in real estate, and I'll never give up because it's a beautiful business, it's a beautiful skill, it's a beautiful art, and we get to help so many people in managing their investment properties that it's just amazing. Plus, it gives you the best two words in real estate, which is what? Cash flow. Don't ever forget about that. Go talk to your broker and say, can you teach me about cash flow? And let's see what they say. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. So now I want to talk to you about how do we shift before it's too late? Turning crisis into a conquest. Lucy, how do I shift before it's too late? The answer to that is you need to make a decision now. You need to make a decision now. And here's where I have to come and tell you the truth, guys. Whether you're watching this now or watching this later, if you have questions, write them there. Send me your comments. Send me your love. Let me know what you're thinking about these classes, if you like them, if you want me to cover other topics and things like that. But guys, here's the bottom line. The bottom line that is this. You need a coach. You need someone that has been there, that has done that, that will not only tell you aisle 3, top shelf, behind the rice, under the napkins, like at Walmart, but that will guide you through the process, that will give you an experience because they have been there, because they can relate to you, because they can have empathy with you. You need a coach. You need a mentor. Now. Don't wait any longer, guys. I just told you, I was speaking with an agent out of Naples, and he's been through cycles of this. And he said, Lucy, I'm putting the pedal to the metal because this is not the time to stop, sit, and wait. Then I'm talking to a title company, and the title company is saying, we're giving classes on short sales and foreclosures. And I stopped and I thought, and I'm like, are we really going to go back there? Like, are we really going to go back there? Well, I don't know. Do you know? Do you know we're going to go back there? And if we are you ready? You know what? I'm not afraid of over-exerting myself. I'm not afraid of over-delivering because I already went through the craziness of sitting down waiting to see what happened, and it did not work out good for me. Thank God I survived, but this is where I'm encouraging you. How do I shift before it's too late? You need to shift now. You need to get a coach now. You need to find a mentor now. You need to decide what you're going to do, whether we go into a recession or not. It's all going to help you for the better. Number 3, what do you do to get started? What do you do to get started? And here's where your ego and your pride may come in. I have to tell you the truth. I'm not here to massage your ego. I'm not here. Listen, if you're looking for a coach that's going to give you all the fuzzy wuzzy teddy bear, peanut butter and jelly, bologna and cheese sandwich lingo, and and 3 ways to get a listing and 4 ways to write a contract. Listen, anybody can fill in those blanks. Anybody can. The association handles that. I don't need to be a repeater of the association. They do a phenomenal job. We all need to be coached. A coach meets us where we're at, delivers to us a message that will ignite our potential. Think of me as that igniter, as that catalyst that is here to ignite you and put you to think so you can make a decision that will move you. Have you ever been in a place where you just don't want to move? Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, you're sitting out in the park, enjoying a beautiful day. You're on the most comfortable chair, and all of a sudden, you see a pile of ants. You see a pile of ants, and they're like right there. I don't care how comfortable you are. I don't care how much the sun is shining. I don't care how much you don't want to move. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to move. So think of me as that pile of red ants. I am here to get you to move because we all need someone to ignite us. We all need someone to ignite us. So what do you do to start now? Connect with somebody that has the power to ignite you. Connect with someone that has the power to give you the truths, what you need to do. That will give you a strategy, that will give you an idea. Your ego is going to get in the middle of this because sometimes we're like, well, I don't want anybody to know. I don't know what I'm doing. Ego. Well, I don't want to reach out to so-and-so because, they're going to think that I'm like this, that, or the other. Ego. Well, forget it. I'll just keep doing my thing, because ego, and ego is the Siamese twin of pride. And you know what they say about pride? It comes before the fall. So guys, let go of your ego, let go of your pride. Reach out to me, to someone, reach out to anyone that can help you get where you want to go. But you need to reach out to somebody that is going to give you the hardcore truth and tell you, you know what? You need to get it together. You need to put in some massive action. You need to be disciplined. You can't be getting up at 10 in the morning just because we're going through a pandemic. Because we're going through a pandemic, you should be getting up at 5 in the morning. Because it's time to not work twice as much, 3 times as much. It's time to, what's this guy? I don't remember his name now. But he goes, you have to 10x it. Grant Cardone, you got to 10x it. You have to 10x this right now. And it starts with a mindset. So I'm going to give you the things that you need to have the right mindset. Because I can't talk to you about turning a crisis into a conquest in real estate, building your production, sustaining your business, scaling your business, becoming better, getting ahead, developing cash flow, if I don't finalize everything with a little bit of delicious mindset icing. It's like a cake. It's like a cake. I have to tell you the truth. And this is where I love it, because let me tell you something. Anybody that thinks that I got anything given to me on a silver platter is having a pipe dream. No. We need to be grateful and thankful that we get an opportunity. And the opportunity could be as simple as somebody opened the door for me. I walked in, but then the rest, I have to do it. The opportunity may be something as simple as, somebody showed up and handed me some overalls, and I was like, what? I'm going to wear overalls? I'm going to work for free? Yeah, you're going to work for free because you're going to be learning. And knowledge is invaluable. You can't put a price on knowledge. No matter what happens now, my broker, my mentor that I had for many years can't take that away. If anything, I build upon that. And I catapulted myself to doing things I never imagined I could do as a little broke, busted, and disgusted agent. So what do you think you could do with knowledge? You can catapult yourself, and God knows where you can end. And then you can become impactful. You can become a game changer. You can become that voice, that message, that leader that people are looking for. So I'm going to give you the mindset, because that is the icing on the cake. Number 1 on mindset to turning your crisis into a conquest is winning routines. Guys, you have to have winning routines. Can I be honest with you? Can I have a heart-to-heart with you? Actually, if I could see, because you don't know this whole setup here that we had to put together. This is like a makeshift little mini itsy-bitsy academy right? Compared to what I have as a True Academy, but this is what we had to do. This is my little champions corner. Like, I ended up in a little corner, but guess what? This is the biggest platform I've had ever, because I'm able to come to you virtually, and I don't know how many people are going to see this now or later, but that is a decision of a mindset. The mindset of resilience, the mindset of winning routines. So, what does your morning routine look like? What are the things that you do day in and day out, with or without the pandemic, that sharpen your cutting edge, that make you better, that make you laser beam focused, that ignite your inspiration and your enthusiasm and your potential every single morning? You know, when we read about what happens while we sleep, it is amazing that while we are sleeping, every single cell of the trillions and trillions of cells that we have, every single one of them is restored, reset, and regenerated. Did you believe that? Like, what a phenomenal architecture masterpiece we are. We fall asleep, we go unconscious, right? And every single cell out of the trillions of cells that we have, from the crown of our heads to the sole of our feet, become restored, regenerated, and they reset. And when those cells do that, they strengthen every organ, every vein, every nucleus, every muscle, every bone, every marrow, every component of our being. How important is a routine? It is super important. So you have to have a winning routine day in and day out. It is not okay to be going through what we're going through and you sleeping till 10 in the morning, 8 in the morning. No, you need to be 10xing your routines. You need to be doing more thinking, more writing, more journaling, more soul writing. I learned about soul writing last week. You need to be doing more vision writing, more architecting. You need to be doing more reverse engineering. Winning routines. Number 2, winning habits. Winning habits. What habits do you have that make you a winner? What are the winning habits that you have? I wish I could look into my little, let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. Let me see real quick here. Look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it right here. I didn't even know I could find it that quick. Okay, I didn't even know. Listen, you need to learn about this. You need to learn about this. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I mean, this book, I've had this book for forever. And you know what? I'm so happy that I not only was able to find it off my bookshelf right away, but I want to show it to you. This book right here by Stephen Covey, you need to read this, because we need to become a product of this during the pandemic. I need to become a better product of this during the pandemic. And he ain't paying me to say this, so I'm just saying this because it is something that we need to do. Winning habits. So when I said habits, I thought of that book because I've read that book, but guess what? I need to read it again, and I need to reapply it. And this time I'm going to learn more of it. So what are the habits that you have that are making you a winner? And lastly, to close out, what is your winning mindset? What does resilience mean to you? What does relentlessness mean to you? What does your autopilot in your mind determine for you? Where are you set to arrive to in your business? I can talk to you about the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s of putting deals together, but you know what? If that was the secret to building production in real estate, then every agent would be closing double-digit numbers month after month, year after year. And you and I both know that that is not the truth. You and I both know that the average closings for realtors is less than 5 per year in the nation. Why? Because we need winning routines, we need winning habits, and we need a winning mindset. And I'll close out with this. Every week for the last 4 weeks, when Tuesday comes around, there's this thought that runs through my mind. And I'm going to be vulnerable with you. And I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you what that thought is. It's in the morning, as I'm walking, as I'm gathering my thoughts, as I'm jogging. And it's the thought of, I could cancel today. I have the power. I don't want to do that. Why? Because I get nervous, because I'm stressed, because I'm uncomfortable, because I don't know who's going to watch me, because I don't know how it's going to come out, because I've never done this before, because I'm insecure, because I'm double-minded, because I'm new at this, I'm a newbie, I've never done this, live like this before. And I always have that thought. I could cancel this today. All I have to do is do a post. Rescheduled. Power and authority are dangerous because we could use it to our detriment. We could use it against ourselves. But the moment that thought comes in, my winning mindset kicks in and says, no. You are a role model. You need to deliver. You need to show up. You need to be powerful. Because someone, if it's just you that I showed up for, my job has been done. So I share that with you so that you know it's not easy. No one said it would be easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But you know what? You have greatness on the inside of you, like Les Brown says. And you can take your business to the next level in the midst of a pandemic. Don't worry about the business that's closing because it was put in the pipeline back in January. Worry about today. The business you're building today. The business you're putting together today. The relationships, the connections, the outreach that you are creating today, the initiatives that you're creating today. And I promise you that if you focus on that and you deliver with excellence and you push yourself and you become resilient and you become extraordinary, which is just a little extra on top of the ordinary, you will turn this crisis into a conquest. And that for me would mean that I accomplished my goal. I'll see you next month. I'll see you next month. Stay tuned for the calendar because we're changing the schedule. But I'm going to continue to stay here with you because I want to see you scale, thrive, and succeed. Talk to you later.